let us explain this thing that I have just described now. So what I am doing for that, I'm just taking a level ground surface. Suppose this is level ground surface, right? All right. So here I'm taking a block. Suppose here is a block of mass m, and this position I'm taking to be x is equal to x1. It's the time t is equal to t1, and at this instant of time its initial velocity is equal to 0, hence the block is at rest. Right now, at this instant of time, an external force started acting on the block. So suppose in this direction, an external force F vector started acting, because of which the block starts moving on the rightward direction. So after some time it comes here, mass m. I'm assuming this is x is equal to x2, and this time t is equal to t2, and the block is moving in this direction with velocity v2. Let us say, as the force is continuing, so I will have another position over here, mass m, time t is equal to t3. This is the position x is equal to x3, and it is moving with v3. Right. So now let us check what happens to the linear momentum. If you check at x equal to x1, here momentum is equal to 0. Right? Why 0? Because it was at rest. At this instant, linear momentum p is equal to mass into velocity v2, and here linear momentum is equal to m into v3. Right? I hope this is clear to everyone. Correct? Right. So now next check that in this interval of time, what happens to change in momentum? What happens to change in momentum? So change in momentum, delta p vector will be equal to p final minus p initial. For this interval, p final is this one. So I write mv2, direction is plus I cap minus 0. So what happens? We get simply mv2 I cap. That's the change in momentum for the first interval. Right? Okay. Now let us check for this interval. So for this interval, if I do delta p vector, how much you are getting? Delta p vector will be equal to mv3 I cap minus mv2 I cap. So how much you are getting? We are getting m into v3 minus v2 I cap. This is delta p vector. On both the occasions, see, I will write in both the intervals of time, delta p vector is along I cap. Correct? So as the F vector. If you check the direction of the force was also along I cap only, no? I cap. Right. So in Newton's laws of motion, whatever the statement that we have given, that is coming to be correct only. Statement is what? That change in momentum takes place in the direction of force applied. This is the statement. The change in momentum takes place in the direction of force applied. So that's perfect. Is that okay for everyone? There is no ambiguity. Right. Yes, Chandra.
So scroll top left. Left sir. Yes sir.
Yes, Raza.
Sir, can we make one more equation from first mass to last up to velocity 3?
What equation?
As we did for first interval and second interval.
If you take from the first to last, then the
Yes.
change in momentum is m into v3 only.
Ah,
Initially 0 only, no?
yes, sir.
That's it. Okay. Yeah. Yes, Sriram.
Sir, in changing momentum, the velocity may change, but the mass remains same, na sir?
I am coming to that point. Just wait for some time. I'm coming to that point.
Okay, sir.
Right? Shall we proceed now? It got stuck again. Yeah, right. So now I'm coming to the general form. General form of what? General form of second law. Yes, Shashi, tell me.
Sir, scroll rightwards.
Just wait.
Not upwards, sir. Right. Yes. Thank you, sir.
कहा हुई हुआ?
सर वो लेफ्ट में क्या लिखा है?
कुछ नहीं लिखा है. कहाँ लिखा है लेफ्ट में? देखो.
सर इन द बोथ इंटरवल्स ऑफ टाइम डेल्टा वो सब नीचे वाला लास्ट लाइन उसका.
So as the force. Okay.
सर और वो पीडीएफ नहीं भेजे सर.
अभी ये इसके होने के बाद भेजूंगा ना बे.
सर वो पहले का सर सुबह.
हाँ तो दोनों एक साथ ये मेरे साथ मेरे मशीन में सब एक ही साथ में रहता है नोट में.
ऐसा है क्या सर? ठीक है ठीक है.
चलो. So now I'm saying that f vector is equal to time rate of change of linear momentum. Okay. So we can write d dt of m into v vector. अभी देखो, this is interesting. So f vector is equal to either we can write m dv dt plus v dm dt. Yes, Neeta.
Sir, is m not a constant?
It may be, it may not be.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So the first one I'm studying now. If the mass of a system remains constant, if mass of a system remains constant, then dm dt will be 0. So there f will be equal to m dv dt. Right? Case 2. If mass of a system varies with time. Now remember, when I'm saying mass of a system varying with time means I'm not talking about the relativistic zone. What is a relativistic change of mass? I'm not talking about that. But as an example, I can write sand leaking out of truck. So their mass keeps on changing with respect to time. As the distance covered, then the total sand laden in the truck will be keep on changing. So in those cases, if a mass of a system varies with time, but maintains constant speed, then F is equal to V dm dt. Bolo, these 2 points are clear? Right? Okay. Yes, Mr. Akash.
Then what is the meaning of the mass changing with relativistic?
So that I do not want to discuss now, that's why. That is when a particle moves very close to the speed of light in vacuum, then its mass changes as per the formula V equal to V naught by root under 1 minus V square by C square. छोड़ दो सब तेरे, not needed.
Okay, sir.
Shrutik?
Sir, this formula is for force at a particular instance. Sir.
Yes. Right.
Earlier we learned F is equals to ma, that is what total force, sir.
Earlier we did not learn F equal to M. You may have learned in class 9th and 10th.
Class 9th and 10th.
Forget about that.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Yes, Mr. Rahul Rao. Chepura Babu. Tell me. I can't hear you.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, once again explain case 2, sir.
Case 2. Have you seen the sand truck?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So when the sand truck moves on the road, sand keeps on falling from the truck, na?
Yes, sir.
So total mass of the sand on the truck will be same or it will change? It will be change or it will remain same?
Sir,
Total mass of the sand on the truck will remain same or it will change?
sir, say,
Same only?
yes.
Suppose I am taking you are on the weight machine. So suppose weight of the Rahul comes at around how much it will be? 35 kg only. Anyway. So after some time,
Sir, changing, sir.
it's changing. Now you understood. Yes. So if the mass is changing, then dmdt factor will be there now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, that's it. So then we will apply this equation of the force. Okay. This is also there in our syllabus. We will study about that.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Raja.
Sir, we can consider a rocket also, no, sir? It releases.
Yes. Rocket motion is also a part. Actually, in rocket, both these equations will come into effect.
What, these two?
These two, because a rocket mass changes at the same time it accelerates also.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Akash.
Sir, in the second case, sir, where mdv dt where gone, sir?
It has gone to its maternal uncle's house
Sir, can you explain once?
to fetch potato chips. It has gone to maternal uncle's house. I am writing here the constant speed.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Constant speed ante v is equal to constant.
Acceleration, sir.
Ete dv dt is equal to 0. Right?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Fine. Yes, Sridhar?
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, in case 2, what is it you wrote in a bracket, sir? S and
Constant speed. Sand leaking out of truck.
it's sand. Okay.
It's sand. This is kind of ancient Greek scripture. You have to take pain in reading that.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Fine. Chalo. So let's proceed now. Fine. So if you look at this equation, I'm just taking this particular thing. So F is equal to m dv dt, or else we can write dp dt. If you write f dt, how much you are getting? You're getting m dv or dp, right? So integration of f dt is equal to integration of dp is equal to delta p. Remember this quantity here on the left side, integration of f dt, this is called impulse. Impulse of a force. So impulse of a force is numerically equal to what? Change in momentum. Correct? Fine now. Can I write? Integration of f dt is also the area under f versus t graph. Right? So area under f versus t graph, what it represents? Impulse, and thus must be equal to what? Delta p. All right, fine. Okay. So now, after this, let us restrict up to various cases of change in momentum. So now we will see various cases of change in momentum. Okay, that will be helpful for us in solving questions. So let us go for it. So first we are going to see case 1. Okay, case 1. So this is the first case we are going to study, and I will do a little bit of modification over here. What the modification I will do now? I will consider that the ball is approaching the wall with u, okay, and it is moving back with velocity v, right? And this is a fixed, rigid wall. Okay. Tell me, I will go step by step. Initial momentum of the ball. What do we call initial momentum of the ball? While the ball was approaching the wall, right? So that pi vector, what can I write? M into u is the magnitude. What is this direction, right? This is minus I cap, no? And this is plus I cap, right? So mu into minus I cap. Is this okay? Right. Next, final momentum of the ball. So final momentum of the ball means after it rebounds from the wall, correct? So that PF vector, how much you are going to have? MV into plus IK, right? Okay. So change in momentum delta P vector, what should I write? PF vector minus PI vector. So PF vector minus PI vector, how much? mv I cap minus of mu of minus I cap. So this minus minus plus, how much it becomes? M into v plus u I cap. Correct? So if you check the change in momentum is in which direction? As a positive x-axis. Correct? So if you check now in the diagram, when the ball is hitting this particular wall, in which direction force should act? This is the direction. Because in that direction only, the momentum is changing. Correct? Is that okay? Note it down, please. Yes, Nahita, tell me.
So once you just scroll up,
Yeah, right. Okay,
some more, sir.
fine.
Some more. Enough, sir.
Okay, I hope this is clear for everyone, right? So note down one point over here. If u is equal to v, that means if the speed of approach is equal to speed with which it rebounds off, then in that case, what is delta p you are going to get? You are simply going to get 2mv. Yes, please.
Sorry, sir, forgot.
Yes, Raja.
Sir, after striking the ball, it goes like a projectile motion, right?
No, we are not considering the case. Actually, it is striking the wall and rebounding back in the same direction. Basically, this situation is observed just before collision and just after collision. We are not interested what happens long before the collision or long after the collision. Correct? So just before the collision, it was moving along a straight line. Just after the collision, it is moving along a straight line.
Okay, sir.
Okay, right? Fine. Okay. Chalo. Fine. So now let us go for case 2. Case 2 will be a different kind of case where the ball will be hitting the wall at some angle. Okay, no? Yeah. Yes, Preetham.
Sir, change in momentum is 2 mv, no, sir?
Yeah. Yes.
Sir, that means after striking the wall, the velocity becomes twice.
No. Absolutely not. Absolutely
Sir, the
not.
mass remains constant, no, sir. That means velocity
Even-
becomes twice, no, sir.
No, how? This is the difference between initial momentum and final momentum. It was approaching the wall with mv, coming back with mv. So speed remains same. This
Okay.
is not momentum. This is change in momentum. Be careful.
Okay, sir.
Okay, right? Yeah. Now, you come to this diagram. Now, I will do certain modifications in this diagram. So please watch it carefully. What I'm doing, I'm taking this angle as alpha I, this angle as alpha f. So alpha is the angle with the horizontal, theta is the angle with the vertical. We are also considering that this ball is going to hit the wall with speed u and it rebounds off the wall with speed v. Correct? So now I am going to resolve the component. Okay. I'm going to use the same color for alpha and blue color for theta. Right? Okay. So now check. So if I take this x and y component, watch out carefully. So what is going to be the x component? If I take the angle alpha, if this is alpha, this is also going to be alpha I. So how much it should get? Mu cos of alpha I. I think this is clear to everyone. What you are going to get here? Mu sine of alpha I. This is okay, no? My dear friends, fine. Come for theta. Check if this is theta, then this is theta. So what will be this component? This will be mu cos of theta I, or this. And in this direction, you are going to get or mu sine theta I. Is this thing clear? Please respond. This is clear. Right. Simple component division, nothing else. Okay, no? Right. Similarly, I will take x and y component here too. If this is theta f, this is also going to be theta f. So component is going to be mv cos of theta f. In this direction, mv sine of theta f. Yes, Mr. Karthik Reddy. Can you hear me? Anyway. Now you go for this angle. If this is alpha f, you're also going to get this angle as alpha f. So horizontal component will be or mv cos alpha f, and along y, what will you get? Or mv sine alpha f. I think this is clear. Component division is clear to you based on the angle that we do. Yes, Karthik, tell me. Can you hear me? Sorry, Karthik, I can't hear you. Anyway, now, all of you, now focus on to calculation. See, now, yeah, can I write delta p vector is equal to delta px vector plus delta py vector. Is that okay? Right, fine. So now delta p vector, delta px means we can write p final along x vector minus p initial along x vector plus of p final along y vector minus p initial along y vector. Okay, I hope this is fine too. So now delta p vector, tell me what is final component of momentum along x. So let us first deal with alpha, then I will take in terms of theta also. So final component along x is going to come mv cos of alpha f minus I cap. Look at the diagram, this one, right? Minus. What is initial? Initial is this one, mu cos of alpha I into plus I cap. So that's all about delta px vector. Plus, now come py. How much is py? This is final. So mv sine alpha f minus j cap minus of mu sine alpha I minus j. All right. So if you rearrange a little bit, how much you are going to have? Minus of m into v cos alpha f plus u cos alpha I cap plus of m into u sine alpha I minus v sine alpha f j cap. So this is basically coming to be, yes Altaf, tell me.
Sir, explain this last second step, sir.
Which one? This one?
MV sin alpha is that one.
That one is along y only, na? Initial y is this component, final y is this component. So final minus initial. Both case direction is along minus j cap.
Okay, sir.
Okay, right? Fine.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is delta p in terms of alpha. If I want to write in terms of theta, I have to just switch in terms of cos and sine. So in terms of theta, delta p vector will write minus m v sine theta f plus u sine theta I cap plus of m u cos theta I minus v sine theta f j cap. That's it. Yes, Neeta?
Sir, in the conclusion step, that is V cos theta f, sir.
Which one?
I mean, in the y coordinate. Plus j cap.
Correct only, na?
Sin alpha f changes to cos theta f, no, sir.
Yes, yes. You see? Sine, oh, this is cos, na? Right. Last, yeah, last one. Na? Yes.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Yes, Vanu?
Sir, once can you scroll up, sir?
Sure.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, right. Yes, Sushil?
Can you show case one, sir?
Case 1. Case 1 is long back, na, Sushil? AC. Okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Right. Very good. Chalo. Yes, Rutik?
Sir, one scroll up, sir.
Diagram only?
Diagram only, sir. Yes.
Yeah, right.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Fine. Now from here, I will discuss different situation. You see, now we will discuss different situation. So situation 1. If alpha I is equal to alpha F is equal to alpha. Suppose if that is the case, then what you can write? Tell me from the equation. Delta P vector is equal to, see these two angles are same, then we'll write minus m into cos alpha u plus v I cap plus m sin alpha u minus v j cap. Right? Or if we consider in terms of theta, this delta p vector will be minus m sin theta into v plus u I cap plus m cos theta u minus v j cap. Okay, no? Yeah, Tejesh?
Sir, does that mean alpha is equals theta, sir?
No. I am taking two separate situations. When the angle made with the horizontal are equal and when angle made with the vertical are equal. Not necessarily that they have to be same.
Okay, sir.
Try to understand, if I take alpha is equal to 60 degree, then theta will become 30 degree. Like that only. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, right. Chandra, Chepura,
Sir, scroll up,
scroll up.
up. Before this, sir. Last line of case 1.
Yeah.
Bit two more up. Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir. Bit more up.
Bit more up.
Yes, sir.
More up.
No, sir.
Okay.
Got it, sir.
Okay, right. Now let us come to situation 2. Situation 2 is, if alpha I is equal to alpha F is equal to alpha, or theta I is equal to theta F is equal to theta, and u is equal to v. Okay, then what is the situation we'll get? Then again you go back to the equation. Delta p vector, you are going to get minus 2m v cos alpha I cap, because the other factor will become 0 now, right? Okay. Or in terms of theta, delta p will be minus 2mv sin theta I cap. Okay, so if I want to represent this diagram pictorially, then we can see, suppose this is the one, This is the one. Then in this one, a ball is striking. Right? With velocity v, mass m, and then it rebounds back in this direction with the same velocity, right? And it is also being told that this angle is alpha, this angle is also alpha, this is theta, this is theta. So in this case, in which direction force will act? Can you tell me? You see, when the ball is striking here, since change of momentum on both the occasion is along I cap only, so this is the direction in which force will be acting on the ball. The change in momentum in its direction, magnitude will be either 2 mv cos alpha or 2 mv sin theta. So, is this clear for everyone? I'll just take a pause over here if there is any doubt. Raza?
Sir, my connection.
What? I can't hear you, Raja.
Exact situation.
Hello.
Tell me. Akash?
Sir, is 2 mb cos alpha or 2 mb sin theta is the total resultant?
Net momentum change.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
So, and we have to learn all these formulas, sir, for attempting questions.
You have to learn all this concept to attempt the question.
Okay, sir.
Siddharth?
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, so we can simply say that the situation 2 is like a simple reflection.
Yes. Actually, it is that.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Altaf?
Sir, can you scroll up?
Yeah, sure.
आरम बोल रहे थे आरम.
Okay. Raja, tell me. Can you hear me, Raja? Yes, Mr. Rahul Rao.
Once show the diagram.
Last diagram.
Yes, sir.
Okay, just wait. Okay now?
Okay, sir.
Okay now? Chalo. The last one, only one case is pending. That is case 3.
Computer, sir.
Okay, fine. Shrutik? Shrutik, tell me.
So, sir,
Tell me.
are these values change in momentum?
What?
These values are for change in momentum only.
Yes, correct. Change in
There you wrote
momentum.
force if direction.
No, force direction and change in momentum direction are same. That's why.
Oh, okay, sir. Direction.
Yes, direction only. Okay. Yes, Yogananda?
Sir, the force offered by the wall F external is towards the negative x-axis, no? Sir?
Yes.
Then why it doesn't follow that path? Why it follows a deviated path by an angle?
That is the interesting thing actually. See, it is just following this path.
Due to inertia or what?
No, just by this equation only. Because if you check the net momentum change along y, how much that is coming? That is coming to be 0 only, no? Delta Py is equal to 0. So since the body is moving like that, so it has to move back in the same path to make delta Py is equal to 0.
Okay.
Now you got the point?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, right. Raza?
Sir, now can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Sir, once explain situation 2, sir. I didn't due to my connection loss, I didn't.
This is simple. You just take it as a regular deflection only.
Situation.
Situation 2 only. So regular deflection only. So this ball is coming with velocity v, hitting equal angle, it is getting reflected. So change in momentum will be either 2mv cos alpha or 2mv sin theta. So the force is acting along negative x-axis in which the momentum is changing. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Even these two equations we got now, if you put the values there, you will get this result only. Chalo. So in case 3, what I'm going to study now, in case 3, we'll see that a body, an object of mass m is moving in this direction with velocity u. Then suddenly something happened to it, because of which it decided, no, I no longer want to go to that path. Let me change my course. So it started moving in that direction. So by what angle the particle has deviated? 90 degree. Correct. So what is the initial momentum? You can write pi vector is equal to mu I cap. What is the final momentum? Pf vector is equal to mv j cap. So change in momentum delta p vector is equal to p final minus p initial is equal to mv j cap minus mu I cap. So in this case, if you want to calculate the resultant, it will be root under of mv square plus mu square. Why? Because they are perpendicular to each other. So ultimately, delta p mod will come to be m root under of v square plus u square. Yes, Yogananda?
Sir, in case 3, then F external will be
Ah.
perpendicular to the initial, no, sir?
No, I will show you. That's the interesting fact, na? It is the interesting thing. I was expecting that question. So, this is the pi vector. This is pf vector, right? Delta p, what you have written? Delta p is equal to, everyone sees a wonderful question, pf vector minus pi vector. Can I write? This is pf vector plus of minus pi vector. I can write this. So what is minus pi vector? This is minus pi vector. Correct. Now parallelogram. So this diagonal will represent the resultant. So this diagonal, this is the direction of delta p vector. So that will be the direction of f vector. Okay, Yogananda? I hope it's clear now. Yes, Pushkar, tell me.
Exam portion this week.
Exam portion वही reverb board problem वगैरह. I will show you tomorrow. Don't worry. So for this, I will show another example that you have studied already, so it will be better for you to understand. Okay. This is not coming perfect. No? This will come perfect. Right. Resolutions are not good. Oh my god. Good. Yeah, right. Finally found something. Hello champs, you have studied na? All champions in chemistry. Rutherford alpha scattering experiment. Did you remember? It is the live example of what we have studied just now. This is the initial direction of momentum, pi vector. Alpha particle flies away in this direction. This is pf vector. Correct? Babu, in which direction nucleus used to repel? That is the direction, no? So this is the f vector. So this will be the direction of delta p vector. So you have to just complete the parallelogram like this. Okay. So I hope this is clear. Fine. Chalo, no more time. Sarah is already waiting. So see you tomorrow. Bye bye everyone. Bye. 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 See you tomorrow.